It's incredibly kind of proposition at best, and it's a film that did me a world of good, and I loved making it because it was based on the life of my father at that time in the 1940s, when he's from the Bronx. He got out of the war, he came back to the Bronx. His big ambition was to get out of the Bronx, which he did ultimately, and that's that's the story of his life. It's not the story of everyone's life. But he wanted to move on. He wanted to become an artist and a writer. So I wanted at that age, when I wrote this movie, I was 24 years old when I wrote this, and 25 when we made the film. I wanted to write something about him and his story. What you're going to see, as I say, it's a student film, and we did very well with it. It was nominated for an Academy Award. But it's by no means a realistic film. It's because I hadn't lived much life yet. So what it really is I had watched a lot of movies. So what it is kind of a Valentine's in 1940s movies. It doesn't feel like the real Bronx. It feels like the real Bronx as it would be portrayed in a Hollywood movie from the 1940s. So if you understand that, maybe you'll enjoy the next 25 minutes, and I hope you do. So thank you for coming. I can't imagine anyone has any questions about what you just saw, but if you have one or two, I'll be glad to answer them. But like I said, it was a student film. It was my first effort, really. But, so 20 years later, that movie was not shot in the Bronx at all. It was all shot in Hollywood. But I got to come here and make City Island, and City Island is, it's a very different species because it's really about, it's still a comedy, but I think you can feel the neighborhood for real in the movie. So, enough said. We'll talk after City Island. Enjoy.